take it as Ebonics or west side of town, but the Mango Festival is often running. It's difficult to find a surety bond. So I said in the last meeting upstairs that if the city wanted to be sure, my fellow commissioners, I would sign an agreement or pledge my salary from the city to make sure that all the bills are paid. I do make about $25,000 a year. A surety bond is not like a performance bond, and everywhere you go, you can't find a bond.
Not to interrupt, but I actually spoke with Mr. Dunkley just from a conceptual standpoint on whether or not we'd be able to do that, and I'm not so sure you would be able to do that. However, there's also some legal issues, and it could be considered a conflict of interest.
I could borrow that amount and have it all in cash, but I don't have that much cash money. I could put up collateral because everybody know the committee did not have no money. They don't have no money. They just struggling trying to have the festival. I said I knew it would be controversial, and I don't have $35,000. I got $35,000 worth. You want me to give you something worth?
Yeah, well,
That's
preference would be not to have one of the members sitting here who approves it being the surety.
I didn't vote for it. I didn't vote.
The feeling is it's not something I would recommend. And I know you want to do it, but I just think it's a...
Mayor, what would be wrong with that? Because I see your whole head working. All you want to do is be sure you get your money.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
Sylvia, I don't want to put you in that position.
They don't get the bond. They can't have the festival.
We have to know that money's going to be paid.
I'd be happy to research it.
But we're already into the 5th month, so half our salary's gone from this year.
I hate to throw this wrench into the gears here. However, there's a possibility that Commissioner Portier is up for election in March 2011, and if she loses, it's really only 10 months.
And then the agreement would have it that I have to pay the debt.
Well, that's
I'll stand for the debt. I'm just putting up collateral. I know that if you don't have the money, you can easily come out and say, we're already advertising all over the United States and international. We have all of our acts together, and I'm saying we because I didn't vote on it, and we don't want that kind of uprising in Deerfield. If you shut the Mango Festival down, what you think? What you expect?
Go ahead, Marty.
Those people don't have no money and no collateral to put up.
I don't think it's appropriate for a member of the council here to put up this kind of collateral on any item. If it's a question of collateral, perhaps one of them could come in, or 2 or 3, for the total amount. Go that route.
There are restrictions in the ethics law with regard to dealing with your own agency. What you would be doing is you would be acting as a surety for a private organization that is running a festival. Now, they're running a festival, and while it's maybe a non-profit agency, it's a festival that's charging $35 and $45 a head. So there's some profit to be made or some money to be made. So you're acting as their representative, and you're dealing with the city. And you're kind of dealing with your own agency, which is one of the things you're not supposed to do under the ethics law. It sets off some red flags.
And I really don't want to resign. I don't think it's worth my resigning right now, just for the festival. Okay? We never had to worry about a bond before. We never had to worry about nothing. You all ended up giving them the money. I resigned because of appearance of a conflict of interest. I shouldn't have to be talking so much and saying all that other stuff, because I'm not trying to be no hero or shero on the Mango Festival.
The Founders Day, which used to be Cracker Day, has been going on for over 63 years in this community. And Mango Festival chose to hire this promoter and advertise all over the country.
Yeah.
Then, you know what? That's their, I don't mean to be nasty, but that's their problem, not the city.
You think you want them to have a bond?
Yeah, I want to make, they had to borrow money from the year before to pay off a bill that the city had to pay off a bill before.
The city got that money back because it was $115,000 that was given to them. They came back and got the 50, and when George got through, and George might need to talk, but you could ask him, that $36,000 that went back to the Mango Festival was money that the city had allocated to them in the year before. I was sitting here. You know how Founders Day versus us?
Not us.
Yeah,
it's everybody
us.
in this community.
The
It was
Mango
given to
Festival
Brazilian
is
Festival.
a black festival.
And so
Now,
Nobody's trying to
tell
say
me-
anything.
Tell me you got black folk on the Founders Day Executive Board.
Nobody's joined, Sylvia.
I know it, I
How
know
many white folk run the Mango Festival? It's not a black-white issue. It's the residents' money in these economical
residents.
times. We want to guarantee that our police and fire are paid for without it coming out of the taxpayers' dollars. I voted no to give
I wanna-
all the festivals no money at the budget,
I wanna
if everybody
pay you.
remembers correctly.
I wanna
And
pay
this-
it.
Madam Mayor, Commissioner Portier, actually, Mr. Dunkley, I'll have him come up and explain some of the technical issues with this. But when you are paid as a commissioner, it's for services rendered. Cannot be used to offset the cost of an event or other things. And I'll let
Either man has to
Mr.
tell me
Dunkley.
that.
Why don't you make a motion and let's see what happens?
I don't make no motion to have it done. I just want to make sure we have the festival. And if they came up short, allow me to borrow the money on my collateral to pay it.
So is that a motion?
I don't want to have no motion on the Mango Festival because I don't want the appearance of a conflict.
I think when the budget was first done, everybody was given their numbers. To correct the mayor, I believe the Brazilian Festival was only given 10,000, 25,000 to Founder's Day,
And they didn't
25,000.
come back to you this year.
Let Commissioner have the floor, please.
The choices made that have caused this to exceed the cost of fire and police coverage for this event do not fall on the city, that falls solely on the committee for the festival. Now we're coming back asking for what essentially would be a loan. I don't think the city's in the business.
Let Commissioner Gansky
Well, don't
have
put
the
that in
floor.
the records out there. Those people didn't ask you for nothing.
Please.
Madam Mayor, you have a gavel. I'm going to ask you if you could
I
please
know.
use it, if we could. We are not in the business to be granting loans. Burgess brought up a good point. If you're not reelected in March, where does that leave us? If, God forbid, something should happen to you between now and then, where does that leave us?
Now, everybody else talk now up here when they be doing.
Excuse me, Sylvia, Bill has the floor. And if somebody would just make a motion,
I'm not talking
it would be
about
over.
her.
I'm going to make a motion not to let Sylvia use her finances, her own commission money to pay for the Mango Festival, $25,000. Could I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Could I have roll
Under
call?
discussion.
I'm sorry. Gee, just move it, please.
Under discussion.
Can I have a motion? Roll call vote, please.
The motion in a minute now, parliamentary, Mr. Dalton, Mr. Nutt. I can't discuss on the motion.
We've been discussing. It's time for roll call.
I told you it was gonna get controversial.
I was going to speak before the second, but
I was going to try to finish speaking, too, so.
Go ahead.
Where-
I can't discuss on the motion.
You're allowed, if you'd like to, normally you're allowed to have discussion. The chair has indicated that discussion is at a close. If you would like to make a point of order, then you can make a point of order. If it gets a second, then there will be a vote to overrule the ruling of the chair. You wanted a parliamentary ruling, that's it. You're allowed to make a point of order. If it gets a second, you will have a vote. And then if the vote overrules the chair, then you have a right to discussion.
No, I don't expect to get it, so go ahead.
roll vote, please.
Commissioner Gantz,
Yes.
Commissioner Portier,
I abstain.
Commissioner Popelski,
You must
I'm
vote.
not voting on nothing with the Mango Festival.
A minute ago, you wanted to be a surety for the Mango Festival. Now you don't want to vote.
That's because the vote and the surety is different.
Or then you've been advised if you
It
wish
is
to.
different.
You've been advised if you wish to abstain, then you're on your own.
And I will write I'm abstaining. I didn't vote for nothing on the Mango Festival before, so I can be able.
Vice Mayor Miller,
Vote yes is to vote no, right?
Vice Mayor Miller,
Yes.
and Mayor Nolan.
Yes. So you forgot Marty.
I'm still a commissioner.
Commissioner Popelski. If y'all didn't go on and on like
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to clear, I don't see how we can advocate up here for a certain item, and then when the vote comes, that we decide that when there doesn't appear to be a conflict, well, there certainly may or may not appear, it appears to be, but I don't know how we can do that. How can we advocate for something and then back off on the
It's a
vote?
good question. That is a question. There seems to be a disagreement between the commissioner and I on this issue, but limited.
So even if you have a conflict, if I have a conflict on something, say it's for a sign or something like that, I have a conflict, I can still sit up here and advocate for it, and then when the vote is called, I can back off?
There's no specific prohibition in the statute that has been removed. My recommendation to you all is not to. And I don't believe she has a conflict on this particular vote.
Okay.
But she has declared a conflict.